Hello, my name is Nicholas Robinson. I'm a junior at Middle Georgia State University, and I share a unique perspective on the idea of smoking while pregnant. As a child of a parent that smoked while pregnant, I've experienced many different difficulties growing up that children who come from parents who don't smoke don't experience. Before I go into great detail about smoking while pregnant, I'd like to first go into detail about tobacco. Tobacco represents the leading preventable killer in the United States, to say it plainly. It's literally preventable from the start. All you have to do is not smoke. 480,000 people die annually just from tobacco. Now, how many of these people are tied to smoking with an infant can never be stated, but 23% of women smoke while pregnant at some point. 23% represents almost a fourth of all women that smoke, which represents a fourth of all infants that come out. And while some things can be measured, and some disabilities can be measured from infants that come from parents that smoke, many cannot, and many are unseen with the human eye. To begin with, women that smoke are less likely to become pregnant. They're more likely to have miscarriages. Miscarriages from different things such as the umbilical cord separating from the child. Basically, the child's lifeline to the parent separating just because they smoke. Also, the children can experience things such as sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. SIDS has been around since the beginning of time, but has been more prevalent in children that come from parents that engage in tobacco use. I say parents plural because first-hand and second-hand smoke both have a very defined role in infant disabilities. Tobacco has a certain way of just changing or altering the structure of a child's mind before they're even born, which is a total disadvantage. In this society, we shouldn't stand for it. Children who are born early or at low birth rates also have different type of abnormalities in more cases than not, such as cleft feet, cleft fingers, missing fingers, weak hearts or lungs. And to expand on the lungs, I've got two dumbbells. One at 10-pound weight, representing a child with an unhealthy lung coming from a parent that smokes, and one at 50-pound weight, representing a child that comes from a good or just a parent that doesn't smoke. While they both are weights, they both have different strengths and weaknesses. The heavier weight obviously is healthier, and in turn represents a healthy child, a healthy life, while the 10-pound weight representing the lung will represent a child that's going to struggle with different things throughout life, such as athletics, to name a few. Children that come from parents that smoke are less likely to engage in athletics and more likely to get in trouble compared to children who do not come from parents that smoke. I keep repeating this just to emphasize the difference between the two. While the children that are coming from parents that smoke represent a 15% more likely chance of ending up in jail or going to prison at some point in their life. We can't attribute it all to just smoking, but we can say that different things happen to the child's brain and the child's psyche and even the child's environment before they were born that kind of persuade them or guide them towards that way of life. While I myself can't say that I've gone down that path, I have seen many people in my shoes go down that path. Along with some of the other birth defects or effects that the parent and child can both encounter are both becoming sick while during pregnancy. It is more likely, 25% to 30% chance more likely the parent is going to get sick at some point before the child's born, just because of the effects of the tobacco. And while the child has no chance of preventing this or of protecting themselves, they have to depend solely on the parents. And I believe as a whole community of people, we should hold these people accountable for bringing up the next generation. If I were to be in the same predicament my parents were when they were bringing me up, I would hope that somebody would stop them from smoking while I was in my mother's womb. To expand more on these topics or these prevention techniques, I would like to establish different types of communal or, I guess, societal ethics toward this. I feel like as ethical as possible, we should persuade these people to not smoke. Just in plain words. Now, I would just like to one more time talk about the effects that children and the mother could have. They both are at more of a likely risk of developing some sort of cancer or lung disease. And with my vision, I don't see this being a problem if we can, as a whole, hold these people accountable. I feel like if we can reduce the number even as significant as 5%, we would be saving a whole thousands and thousands of children coming up. And in conclusion, I would just like you to consider my ideas that I've brought before you, and to really think about, if you're in the position as a young mother or even the position of the infant, how you would want things to go. Thank you once again. Thanks, Rob.